Greetings and welcome. How are we all feeling at the moment? Today's topic is about how we respond to stimuli. So stimuli is information that we gain from our external world. Stimuli could be anything. It could be something like music, it could be a delicious meal, it could be a nice warm bath, it could be anything that has an effect on the body. And our mind and body go hand in hand. So what you experience in your stimuli, you will feel physically. And what you feel physically in your stimuli is how you will create a mental picture from it, and how you will make sense and how you will make meaning of the stimuli that you receive. It is just information from our external world. And we receive stimulation, we receive information from our stimuli through our five senses, which is our visual, our vision, our auditory, our hearing, our olfactory, which is our smelling, our feeling, which is our kinesthetic, and our tasting, which is our tactile. And all of these senses is how the brain creates information from what we are experiencing at the moment. And the brain sort of takes the external experience and processes it in a way that it can be internally processed, and how we can make meaning and sense of what we are experiencing. And that's how we create value. And it's important to note that how we receive our information through stimuli is what's important. If you are very angry and you want to listen to music, but you listen to very loud music, then you receive your stimuli in a very angry way, because we tend to look for what we are already feeling. But how you receive information can change how you perceive it and how you process it as well. So be careful what sense you make of your internal world and what effect it has on you mentally as well. Now the thing is, when it comes to our stimuli, we tend to get very busy in our days. Things happen, we hear things, see things, smell things, things are just all over the place, and we start to become overwhelmed. You know, when you have been out all day, or you've been in the shops all day, and you get home and there's loud music and bright lights, it just becomes too much, because the brain can only process so much information from our stimuli at one point in time. So if you are constantly stimulating your senses, you will become overwhelmed. And being overwhelmed in a sensory way means that you become overstimulated, when everything you're experiencing at the moment becomes too much or becomes very, very overwhelming. Remember, as I said, the brain can only process so much information at a time. It's like opening a bunch of tabs on a computer and expecting it to open all of them at once. It's gonna crash. And the same is for the brain. Look, the brain is an amazing thing that can receive so much information at a time, but it can only process so much and make meaning of so much. And that's why we're not always aware what's going on in our environments, because the brain recognizes it as noise. So it sort of tunes it out or blocks it out, just so that it doesn't take that energy from the brain. We tend to only process what we are currently focusing on in the moment. But our stimuli and how we react to them determines how we construct our experiences. How you view things, how you perceive things, the meaning you make from things. And all of this stimulation creates meaning. And that determines how we make our experiences. If you are receiving information but you internalize it in a very negative way, then instead of constructing your experiences, you'll end up destructing your experiences. So how you respond to the stimuli, how you respond to what's going on for you now, what you're hearing, smelling, tasting, feeling, and all of that will determine how you create your reality. And how you create your reality in that moment and what's going on for you in that moment. And we don't always realize, but stimuli, while it is an external source, it comes from an external source, i.e. our environment, things that are going on around us, a phone, a kettle, a light, a radio. It will shape our internal world. What we hear, see, smell, taste, touch will immediately shape how we are feeling in the inside and how we view things in an internal way. The information that you create from your external world, how you receive it and how you process it will determine the meaning that you make from your world and how you construct your reality, and it will, at the end of the day, shape you internally depending on how you receive it. Mindfulness is very important. Mindfulness is basically sitting down, both feet on the floor, and usually you can do it with your eyes closed, but you don't have to, since it's a sensory experience, unless you just have something plain to look at. And you sort of disconnect from your thoughts, from your emotions, and you start realizing what's going on around you. You don't have to process it or make meaning of it immediately, but you're just sort of noticing everything that's going on around you. And that is a form of meditation. That is a form of reducing anxiety, reducing depression, reducing mental distress. So mindfulness is a sensory-based meditation technique, and it is very, very helpful in people who get overstimulated very easily, overwhelmed very easily, and who just need to be in touch with their senses again. Because as I said, what we feel, what we're experiencing has an effect on the mind. And then calming overstimulation is important, and you can do this by focusing on one sense at a time. Because if you are focusing on all your senses all together all of the time, you're going to become overwhelmed. You're going to become overstimulated. You're going to have emotional reactions. You may become frustrated. Your thoughts might be busy. You might even start struggling from some mental distress, some mental clutter, because everything is just flowing into your brain, but you don't actually have the chance all the time to properly process those things that are going on for you in the moment. So it's important that you focus on one sense at a time, and you find a space, a safe space, a quiet space, in order to calm the mind and practice focusing on one thing at a time. This being able to do multiple things at one time is not necessarily true, because you can't do one thing and another thing and another thing at the same time, because the brain can only fully focus on one thing at a time. So even if you can do multiple things at a time, your focus will be less and less depending on how many tasks. With the more tasks, the less focus. And it's also the thing of too many things engaging our senses at the same time has an effect on concentration and focus, and it can make concentrating on work, on things that you need to, very difficult. That's why it's good when you are focusing on something, whether it may be exercise, work, a relationship, a date. It's good to sort of just block out everything. Remember, our stimuli is how we perceive information, and how we perceive it, we receive it, and we create meaningful minds. So remember, you are unique and valuable. Take care of that stunning person. Stay strong wherever you're from. You are worthy.